Good morning, my YouTubers. I hope that everyone is having an awesome Saturday morning so far. So, look, listen. Despise the wetness outside, I really hope that we all have a productive, positive, blessed Saturday. Um, Today isn't promised. Tomorrow isn't promised. A lot of us ain't waking up from out of our hospital beds, beds in our homes, the beds at our friends, associates, family member houses, the car, the motel, hotel, whatever. It's a lot of us that's not waking up. So, what I would like to say is that we should love one another along with uplift one another, along with encouraging one another. It's okay to tell the truth, but we should find a nicer way to say it. Like myself, I don't know how to always properly, nicely word things in the proper manner, and it might sometimes seem a little rude, but it's not rude. It just be you would want your friends and loved ones to tell you the truth about yourself, right? So you can go ahead and correct the situation, right? So, like, that's what I be trying to do, and it. I've been told that I come off as judgmental. First and foremost, I have no room to judge. So judgmental shouldn't have even been in the content when involving me because, baby, I am guilty of a lot of things. Or I was guilty, shall I say. So I don't feel like judgment was the proper terminology to use. If anything, you would have been better off saying, you are one of the ones that give criticism that invokes you to want to do better. So it's a difference in judgment, judging, and giving. The terms that they use is, well, growing up, the terms that I heard was, what's the word? What's the words I'm looking for? Hard love, harsh love, something like that, something up in that nature. Okay, so if I walk into your house and I look around and I say, you need to clean up, don't take it as me being funny or me thinking that I'm better than you or me thinking that I carry myself on a higher standard than anyone else. No, darling, it's not that. It's just we was always taught coming up. Some of the stuff that I do remember now that I'm starting to remember certain things, I feel like I'm entitled to share what I do remember and what I don't remember. But anyway, we was always taught that cleanliness is close and next to godliness. So if you praying and praying and praying and praying and praying and praying and praying for a certain miracle to happen, how you gonna get that blessing if your house or your car or your kids is always looking a mess? Like, Jesus Christ and the creator of Jesus Christ cannot enter any kingdom and it's full of chicken nuggets from 2 weeks ago, hot pocket wrappers from about 2 months ago, chili fries and chicken wings. You can't expect them to come in and do nothing if you are not maintaining the environment that you and your children or your husband and your children and yourself resides in. It doesn't work that way because, you know, spirits attach to things that's always cluttered and atrocious, you know? And then you wondering why everybody around the house is so out of whack and so unbalanced. Is because, first of all, it's so many spirits in the inside of where you reside because it's atrocious and you're not trying to keep all of the negative energy at bay. So everybody's just bouncing off the walls because the energy that is in there that's super, super negative is bouncing off the walls and is constantly attacking and attaching themselves to everyone that proceeds to walk in and out of your threshold. Okay? And this is not out of theory, this is out of experience. You know, I was one of the ones that could never be alone. I could never be alone. I have abandonment issues. Like none before, baby. I get mad at my dog when she run away. So, like, just imagine dealing with all of the traumas, molestation from an auntie, a sister, a uncle, a daddy, a grandpa, a brother, a family friend. It doesn't matter whom it may have been. Just imagine trying to deal with all of the trauma that you've been through on top of dealing with all of the trauma that you're causing your children, on top of all of the trauma that your spouse has gone through. Just imagine all of that negative energy just a big old ball in the house just and not to mention the fact, and I'm sorry that I'm about to get ready to hit you guys with this, but it is what it is, and we must say it, especially those that's practicing just straight up witchcraft that's not of the greater good. Can you just about imagine how many deities and demons that you have flowing through your home? So if you used to ever hear somebody say, because 9 times out of 10 they are not crazy, we really do have spiritual people that are supernaturally gifted, okay, that can see certain things, that can hear certain things, that can feel certain things. Like, don't not one time mistaken these people to be crazy. I think I would rather listen to a crazy person before I would listen to a sane person because, and this is only why, a lot of the insane people that everybody quotes unquote say is crazy, it's the dreams. It's the dreams. It's the dreams that they have that allow them to go ahead and say the things that they say. Now, if you're one of the people that knows how to interpret what this person is saying. For prime example, when I was working at Foreman Mills about a year and a half ago, it was a guy that came in, normal. But as he was walking past me, he was talking. And as he was talking, in so many words, what he said basically was, y'all can rob this store if y'all want to. Y'all going to jail. Now, that's to say this. At the time, we had a couple of managers in position that was very irresponsible. Very irresponsible, okay? They was leaving the doors unlocked. They was tampering with people's schedules. Okay? They were also gossiping amongst the work environment and not keeping it professional at all. But that's to say this. I think that man was forewarning the work environment on what was trying to take place, if that makes sense. So, me being me, I said, say that, man. You're right. Y'all rob this stuff. If you want to, you're going to jail. I backed that man up. Totally. Because y'all don't know what that man seen in his dreams that made him come into this particular store to say what he said. Okay? So not only was it a warning that danger was coming, but it was also letting you know that be on your P's and Q's. Stop tolerating and accepting the same sorries and I apologizes over and over, because at the end of the day, you're not doing nothing but constantly digging yourself into a huger debt. Because if they had it came in and emptied out your whole inventory, how much money was you really gonna have to use to restock the whole store all over again? And I'm talking about from the kids department down to the women's department, down to the men's department, down to the home department, down to the shoes department, down to the lingerie department. Oh, the toy department, the school supply aisle. It's some other things, but my brain stopped working at that present moment. How much money was you truly gonna have to come up out of to restock the whole store? All because didn't nobody want to take heed to what this man was saying because he's quote unquote in your eyes crazy. So this is why I, Brittany Shea, would rather listen to the insane people before I listen to the sane people, because some of y'all sane people is really insane. Okay. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like, everybody that just swear up and down that they know it all don't be knowing it all. I'm still learning stuff. I'm about to be 33 years old. 33 years old, okay? And I'm still learning each and every day. So how dare you think that you just, I'm 54 years old and now whoop-de-dee whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, ma'am. Okay, sir. Because just because you made it to almost 60 years old, can I ask you a question? How come you still in the same boat that you was in 37 years ago. So don't dare sit up in my face and try to preach to me when you're not practicing what you preach. Okay? So, at the end of the day, stop trying to write the crazy people off as crazy and sometimes actually take your time to listen and try to interpret what's being said. Okay? Because I'm one of the ones that don't remember my dreams. But the dreams that I do be remembering, I'll go to somebody that I feel like has enough knowledge to give me some type of understanding or some type of closure to whatever it is, excuse me, that I may have dreamt up, you know? And even down to our children, don't write them off as being children, you know? Okay, I really don't know how to say this, but apparently Spirit wants me to say it. Just because our children are 3 to 8 years old, 9 years old, and they get to saying certain things that you'll be like, well, how would you know that? Why would you say that? Where did that even come from? And here's the answer right here, and I think we all know this. Our children are the purest, and when I say purest, let me get a little bit closer and say this. Our children are the purest energy there is. Even the little game banging little children, okay? They may have some other things attached to them. But if you are a decent role model that's not promoting the game banging, the gun violence, the sexual music, the inappropriate things that they watch on TV, if you are a part of them, then it is hope for our children. All we got to do is actually sit back, take the time to listen and interpretate and use our discernment to figure out what they're saying. Because my children tried to warn me that the situation that we're in right now was coming, and I didn't know how to interpret it because I was so clouded with the smoking, the drinking, the having multiple sex partners, the worrying, the fear, the procrastination, the lack of self-respect, self-love, um, love for others, you know. It was a lot of things, and it's still a lot of things that was in the midst that I am breaking free from, that I am changing from, that I am overcoming, that I am overconquering. So don't write our children off as being little bitty children and not knowing anything, because our children dreams a lot. Their energy is pure until they hit 13, 14. That's when they start being held accountable for the things that they do, you know. So I really wish that a lot of us parents would stop being so quick to say, you're just a child. I'm smarter than you. No, you're not. You just grew up and became an adult who sometimes make irrational thoughts and decisions and try to portray like we're just oh so smarter than the next one. In reality, I really believe that a lot of us are dyslexic, ADHD, a little schizophrenic, a lot of bipolar, a lot of mentally unchallenged, you know. I'm just saying, like, stop trying to make it seem like we're better than our children. Like, our children are not human beings and they don't have feelings as well, you know. We really need to stop doing it. Because, truth be told, I was learning a lot from my 8-year-old. He wouldn't even be, I'd just be sitting there. He'd think I'm in my phone strolling, just on the phone. But in reality, I'm really strolling and looking at him. And he wouldn't even know that I was watching him do what he do. That's even down to my middle child. Just because y'all see me with my phone in my hand a lot, don't mean that I was not paying attention. I was. Even when they be in their room playing. And we all know the kids be cussing them in love. So I'm in my phone, music playing, it's a little loud, but they even louder. And I hear my middle boy cussing. Come here, boy. Yes, mommy. What you say? That wasn't me, that was Nanny. Are you fibbing to my face, young man? Manny, come here. Yes, mom. Who was cussing? That was Elliot. I know. Elliot said it was you, though. Stop lying, Elliot. First of all, don't use the word lying, okay? So let these kids know that we do pay attention. We do love them. We see and hear just about everything that they do. Oh, and I'm gonna need somebody to teach me to teach my children how to pray more effectively. Because I taught my son that when he got frightened, scared, worried, that all he would have to say is Jesus, 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 Jesus. So now I'm gonna need somebody to go ahead and redirect what I started in a stronger, more profound, productive, demon fleeing way. So if I have any preachers or preacherettes or evangelists or deaconettes and deacons, go ahead and tap in and let's get it started. As always, stay out of your phones, use your seatbelts, use your blinkers, and lastly, please pay attention to the car that's in front of you, okay? Because you happen to be looking down in your phone trying to change the song, and the car in front of you might decide at the last minute that they want to make a quick right turn, and you ain't paying no attention because you all up in that phone and smack into the back of the car. So, you know, this is why it's important to stay out of our phones, use our blankets, use our seatbelts, and pay attention. But as always, smooches. And don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. Y'all.